Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
Eric?
Yeah, today is the 22nd of September 2021, and the time now is 6:18 a.m. Well, today is a bi-weekly review, and what is the topic you would like to talk about?
Okay, the topic I want to talk about is the wordiness.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So, anything else? Hello?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, yeah, so to be frank, um I wrongly see the topic today. So today I have to join your review topic, which is talking about worthiness. Yeah.
Yeah. But before I start, I think this
Mm,
shouldn't be a problem because this is a bi-weekly review, and
mm,
if you if you prepare the bi-weekly review just before the day we had the conversation, then I
mm,
don't think it can be called review. It's just when review is necessary, you prepare. You
mm,
get what I mean? So this is not like your thoughts. This is not like your your idea that occurs in your mind.
mm,
Mm, yeah. So this is something that I want to mention. Yeah.
yeah. I also feel this is true because sometimes when something like after a conversation, if I have some thoughts, I uh, write it down, and then I found that this way is easier. And sometimes I didn't write down, and then and also before the day of review, I find it quite difficult uh, to to get into those topic again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. And
Yeah,
you'll forget your thoughts. Mm.
yeah, and those thoughts and opinions couldn't just come out. Um, Sometimes the day before the day before the topic, the day when I'm preparing.
Yeah.
So so I think really this should be something that I make a change of.
Yeah. And for me, if I want to prepare the biweekly review the
Mm,
day before I have the conversation, I couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it. Mm.
mm,
So I have to prepare. Once I have the thoughts, I quickly write it down.
mm,
Mm. Okay, so the topic I want to make a review is about the worthiness, and in that conversation, in that conversation, I mentioned a lot of things, but I didn't make something like a summary.
mm,
And okay, the first thing I want to add in is about this is something that I read from the book, The Alchemist, and uh, I would say there are some rules. There are some rules that can affect your worthiness. And uh, okay, the first rules I think is the experience can affect the impressions, and sometimes the impressions is an indicator of the quality of the result. So in the conversation,
mm,
we talk about the worthiness, and we talk about uh, result is important, and without result, we couldn't like trust a people. Yeah,
mm,
and we also mentioned about the impression, which is like something like the signaling. Yeah,
yeah.
for example, the insurance agents, he need to show you uh, he or she owns a luxury car,
Mm,
so he must be doing well. And like the restaurant, the restaurant or the car workshop have a very great decoration, decoration, and they spend a lot of money on renovation of their shop, so it can increase the impressions. Yeah. And but there's another thing, which is something that I mentioned just now. The experience can affect the impressions. So how? The easiest example is, yeah, you go to a shop, you go to a restaurant, and you feel it's high class. So this is your experience, and your experience can affect the impression. So it can. So sometimes impression is the indicator of the quality of the result. So you give a good impressions, and then it can be the indicator, and it can affect your thoughts about the quality of the result. So you also think the result is good. Yeah. So at the end, it increases the trustworthiness. And some other example is, this is something like become a law. This is something that have proven by science, which is people will feel you. If people feel you that giving a better service, if you make a mistake during the service, and then you manage to get things done quickly, promptly, and especially you give them a reward after that. So, for example, let's say you are a car workshop, and you help your customer repair the car, and but there's a problem. This is a you repair the car, you install the car window, and but the window is leaking, so it cannot be function well. And then when the customer come back to you, and then you say, oh, okay, yeah, it's a case, so I help you repair, I help you do it, I help you fix it, and for free. Yeah, for free. And then after that, you give them a small reward, for example, an umbrella, like that, and they'll feel very happy, and they'll say, wow, you are the you are an honest car workshop, you are an trustworthy workshop, because when things get worse, when things didn't fix, you make it well, and you didn't charge me. Yeah, people will think like that. And for example, restaurant, if you hand in a wrong wrong meal to the customer, yeah, and then when the customer point out to you, and you say, yeah, I will redo for I'll redo it, yeah, I'll redo it for you in a very quickly time, and you did that, and then after that, you also give them a small dessert, yeah, as a reward, and they also think, yeah, you are kind of like a problem solver, and your restaurant is really treat the customer well. You really put our customer experience, put our customer at the first place. Yeah. So these are two of the example. Yeah, and you can apply this on everywhere, and you can also see, you can try to think some example in your real life, and you found that it's so true. Yeah. And especially when a company is unpopular, is not well known, and once they do this, the customer will remember them better, yeah, and longer, and it actually increase the memory, it actually increase the experience, increase the we call the interaction between the customer and the company. So if next time, as a customer, as a consumer, you want to recommend a person about something related to industry, and then the first thought you will think, you will think this company, yeah, and even though it's not the best company, but you think, yeah, this is a okay, yeah, it's a good company, because even though the repairing is had some problem, in my case, but he helped me fix it and didn't charge me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a guarantee, you have a promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Responsible,
So
right? For here.
what?
It seems like the companies seems responsible.
Yeah, responsible. Yeah. So what if the company apply this concept and then make a mistake artificially?
Oh.
And the company did that, right? Yeah, they can.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one of things, which is the point: experience affect impressions, and sometimes impressions is an indicator of quality of result. This is the first thing, first rule. And the second is if trustworthiness required good result. Yeah. If trustworthiness require good result, then first question is what lead to better result? Yeah. What lead to better result? For example, as a car workshop, repairing a car very effectively, very efficiently, is it a good result? Yeah, right. It's a good result, right? But can it be better? For example, restaurant. Yeah. You you hire the cooker to cook a very delicious food.
Yeah.
And then the customer like it. This is good result, right? But can it be better? Yeah.
Yeah, I think yes, from other perspective, for example, friendliness of your staff, environment, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So especially for the restaurant, right? And good result is not necessarily means about whether the food is delicious or not. Yeah, it's about the environment, about the cleanliness, about the decorations, and maybe about the material, the material of the plate, the material of the glass, of the cup. Yeah, if this is glasses, if the plate is glasses, and it makes it more high class. Yeah, it makes the consumer think, yeah, it's worth, yeah, it's worth to pay. Yeah, and if you order a food very expensive, but it's filled in a plastic plate, you feel it cheap. You feel it's not worth. Even and maybe the food is delicious, but because it fills in the plastic plate, and you can't feel the delicious.
Yeah.
And what is it called? It is called placebo effect. And in the Alchemist book, there is two examples. One example is about the car workshop, and what the car workshop can do. If after you repair the car, if after you repair the car and you clean the car inside and outside, just use water clean, just wash it and make the car very clean. And you can also put some what is it called, the scent, the scent, which is the smell, make the car smell
the
good.
fragrance.
What is it called?
Fragrance.
Fragrance. Yeah, you can put the fragrance in your customer car, and then the customer will feel, it's fresh. Yeah, the smell is good, and it actually can improve the impression, improve the result. And about the placebo effect, if you think, and in the example of the book, the author said, the author teach, the author in the book, he say, I will teach you one technique that you don't need to repair your car very frequently. And what you need to do is you send your car to the car wash, a car wash, and then clean the car inside and outside, and then when you're driving a clean when you're driving a clean car, and then you feel that the car is bigger, the car is newer. Yeah, you have bigger you have bigger space, and the car is newer because it's clean. And you also feel, yeah, and the car have a better acceleration. Yeah, yeah. And when you accelerate the car, and then the car react promptly, yeah, respond promptly. And when you turning a corner, and it's more reactive. Yeah. So you feel that, and when you brake the car, and then it also responds promptly. This is just because of your placebo effect, due to the cleanliness of your car. Yeah, this is all the effect. Yeah, and you can try it. And an opposite way is you make your car very dirty, and then you try to do it, and maybe you feel that your acceleration is worse, and then when you're turning a corner, it's slow to react. Yeah, you cannot, like, something like, you cannot control your car. The car is out of your control, and the space is small. The car is old. Yeah. So, what the car workshop can do? Yeah, actually, the car workshop can add in some, like, the air fresheners. Yeah, the freshener after repairing or servicing the car. It don't necessarily need to put the fragrance. It can just spread some air freshener. Yeah, just make the car smell good in a short time. So when people get the car, they'll feel that, wow, it's no longer his old car. It's a new car. Yeah. So so back to the point. If trustworthiness require good result, then what lead to better result? Yeah. And you can try to utilize the placebo effect to generate good result.
Yeah.
Yeah. And about restaurant, okay, if you go to a 30 restaurant, and can you really feel the food is delicious? Yeah. For example, a Michelin one star, company restaurant, and yeah, the restaurant really make the food very, very good. Yeah, so that he get the Michelin one star.
Yeah.
But the restaurant is dirty. Yeah, the floor didn't wipe. The floor didn't mop. Yeah. So what you need to do is not focusing too much on your food, but focusing about the floor. Yeah. So that you mop your floor and make it clean, so that when people eating the food, and subconsciously looking the environment, looking the floor, they will the placebo effect will make the things better, will make the food more delicious. Yeah. If the floor is dirty, and no matter how the food is, no matter how the food originally delicious, it will become not delicious. Yeah. And another example is the pharmaceutical company. Yeah. Pharmaceutical company. So it's a drug company, and especially for those supplements manufacturer, if they make a pill, if they make the pill, the capsule more difficult to consume, more difficult to intake. For example, you need to mix it. It's as a powder. You need to mix a powder and then add in the water, and then you need to measure the volume of the liquid, and then after that, you drink the liquid, you drink the supplements. Instead of just take one small capsule and then just intake, and a small capsule just intake, and which one will have a greater result?
Yeah.
Yeah, the more difficult one will have a greater result in terms of the medication because of placebo effect. Yeah, yeah, and which ones make the consumer more difficult to forget the habit, and make the consumer more easily to form the habit by buying your supplements and intake your supplements. It's actually it's not the pill that easier to consume to intake. It's actually the pill, the supplements that's very difficult to consume, to take. Yeah, and they need to mix it because there's so many steps you need to do. So people will think, yeah, this is more effective. Yeah, it's more effective, and people think the drug is more effective. And if the manufacturer make it easy, make the capsule very small, and then you don't even need to drink you don't even need to drink a water, and then you can intake the drug. Yeah, and no, would they do that? No, the manufacturer will make it more difficult, so that you are much harder to forget the habits. You are much harder to forget the step, and then you form a ritual. You form a habit. You're continuing. You continuously buy their product, and take the drug and take the supplements. Yeah, if the drug is very easy to consume, and the consumer may forget to eat the drug. Yeah, quite often, and after some time they'll think, yeah, I shouldn't buy this drug because I couldn't feel the effect, and also because one of the key point is they didn't intake often.
Yeah.
So it actually violates. It actually violate the law of the habits. Yeah. So
Yes.
and in The Alchemist, there is one sentence which is the opposite of good idea. May not the opposite of the good idea. The opposite of the good idea can also be good idea. Yeah, can also be good idea. So some people think the opposite of good necessary is the bad things. Yeah, but it's not the case. The opposite of good things could be also the good things. Yeah. And the opposite of bad things, not necessarily is a good things, can also be bad. Yeah. And yeah, there are many examples. For example, about the toothpaste. Yeah, if the toothpaste has only one color, only one strip, and then people think it's less effective. But if you had triple strip of your toothpaste, and people think it's more effective. Yeah, even though we don't know. But but which type of toothpaste you are going to choose? Actually, most of the time we choose toothpaste have a lot of strip, and not just a white color. And about the drug, we will also think the drug with color, for example, blue color or red color, is more effective. Yeah, rather than just white color pill. Yeah. And if the pill is bigger, yeah, we also think if the pill is bigger, sometimes we'll think, yeah, this is not effective, so that they make it so big. Yeah, sometimes you make the bottle, or you make the capsule very small. They'll think, yeah, it's effective. Yeah, it's effective. Because you need to concentrate. You need to concentrate the pill so small, and you cannot intake so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one you need to try. Sometimes it's bigger is better. Sometimes it's smaller is better. And sometimes you make your bottle smaller, or you make your package bigger, so that when you put on the rack, when the retailer put on the rack and consumer are more easily to see it. Yeah. So so your product won't be like hide into the corner and consumer cannot see it. Yeah. So there's a lot of things need to consider and you need to try. There's no one fixed rules that can generate returns. They can generate a good result. Yeah. And yeah, so this few example and some example is about the beverage. Do you think the beverage need to be delicious, or do you think the food need to be delicious, or do you think the pill, the drug that you intake need to be delicious so people intake? About the drug, if the drug is very delicious, what would you think?
That isn't a drug.
Yeah. Sometimes we will think like that. So it will create a nocebo effect. And how about food? How about beverage? Let's say you are you are you are a beverage manufacturer and you want to create a beverage and push it to the market. Normal people think, yeah, they want to create a better taste of beverage than the Coke, than the Coca-Cola, and lower price than the Coca-Cola, and also bigger portions than the Coca-Cola. Yeah. But there's one company called the Red Bull. Yeah, Red Bull. And the taste is disgusting. Is much disgusting than the Coca-Cola. And also the price is more expensive. And also the portion, yeah, the size of the bottle is smaller than Coca-Cola. Yeah. So yeah, but the Red Bull sell internationally. Yeah. And yeah, of course it couldn't fight with the Coca-Cola, but it can but the performance is better than all of the beverage that trying to overtake, trying to become a beverage that better than Coca-Cola. Yeah, so this is the idea that the opposite, the good idea, could be the good idea also. Yeah, so this is two of the points. The first is the experience effect impression, and sometimes impression is the indicator of quality of result. And the second is if the trustworthiness require good result, then what lead to better result? We can think from the psychology aspect. We can think of the placebo effect. How can we leverage? How can we utilize the placebo effect and create a good result? So you can increase your trustworthiness.
Yeah.
And sometimes company don't make it easy. They make it more difficult in order to avoid the nocebo effect or increase the placebo effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And about the placebo effect, we also know some case, for example, a patient have the neck problems, and actually the problem is caused by psychologically. Yeah, it's caused it's psychological problem, so it's not physical problem. And if the doctor asks the patient, yeah, it's not the problem, and patient won't believe. But if the doctor say, okay, we go for operation, and the doctor just cut the wound, and then and sew it back. So it didn't do actually the doctor didn't do the operation, but after the surgery, the patient will think their neck become better. Yeah, they don't have any neck problem anymore. Yeah, so this is also one of the placebo effect. So we also can see, yeah, sometimes they need to make the thing difficult so that you can capture the placebo effect. Okay, and this is two of the things. And the next point is trustworthiness means people believe in you. Okay, trustworthiness means people believe in you. And so if this is the case, what can you do to increase the trustworthiness, to let people more believe in you? The first is be radically honest on small weakness. Let them know what you cannot do or what you cannot provide, instead of keep focusing on something that you can do, that you can provide. For example, when you do marketing and you will say, yeah, what I can do, and you kind of like hiding the thing you cannot do. And because you couldn't differentiate it, you couldn't differentiate yourself from your other competitors. And consumer look at all the same things. Yeah, look at all the same thing. Yeah, and all let's say all the car workshop say they have better service than other competitor, and they have their price is cheaper than other competitors. Yeah, and their customer service is more friendly than other competitors. And every car workshop mentioned like this, and which one is cheaper, which one is have a better service, which one is more friendly. They couldn't determine, the consumer couldn't judge which one they need to choose. But what if you say, we can have better service. Our company have better service. Our company have cheaper price than other competitor, have better service than other competitor, but our company the customer service is not that good. Yeah, or our customer service moderate. Our customer service is not better. It's not better than other competitors. We are just second better. Yeah, we are just second best. We are just second best in the industry, because we couldn't make it the best without increase the price. Yeah, so we can mention like this. So the people can see your honesty. Yeah, and when they see your honesty, and they are more willing to believe you. Yeah, it also can increase the trustworthiness. Yeah, and for example, if you let's say if you go to buy things, let's say you go to buy smartphones, and if the seller keep telling you, yeah, this one is good, this one is good, this one also good, yeah, and when you buy the smartphone from the shop, you won't buy the phone from the shop, and when you go to another shop, and the seller asks you what you want, what's it about? Your main consideration is about the chip, about the price, or about the functions, or about the smooth, yeah, about the screen, about the what is it called, whether the phone is beautiful or not. Yeah, the appearance of the phones. Yeah, yeah. So you tell your needs to the seller and say, yeah, okay, I recommend you this phone. Let's say you want cheaper price. Yeah, and they recommend you this phone. Yeah, okay, I recommend you this phone. This phone, I need to tell you that the display is not that big, and then let's say the RAM is not that high. Just let's say just 4 gig RAM and 64 gig room. Yeah, but it is enough to use if you didn't play a big size game, Yeah, you didn't play a game a lot,
Yeah.
and it can fulfill your needs. Yeah, it can fulfill your daily use. Yeah, and the appearance is not that great compared to other. Yeah, but if you choose these phones instead of choosing the good appearance phones, you can save like 500 ringgit. Yeah, so I think this phone is good for you if you want a cheaper price phone. Yeah, yeah. So if they explain you like this, if they like quote unquote honestly tell you the weakness of something, yeah, and you believe in them, you more believe in them, so it can increase the trustworthiness. Instead of telling you the good thing, ignore the weakness, ignore the bad things. Yeah. So it also can be formed as a strategy. Yeah, you can form a strategy by using uh uh this knowledge. Yeah, you try to be radically honest on small weakness, or even though your product don't have weakness, you need to artificially create a small weakness. Yeah, so that people will believe you. If you don't do that, okay, if let's say really your your service, your product is the best, yeah, no weakness, and your customer really believe in that. If customer don't have any interaction with you in the past, and if you are the consumer, if the sellers tell to you, yeah, this is the best product you can find, and then this is the best product you can find, and the cheaper price, and then better, yeah, and you also can, and higher quality, the best quality you can use
Yeah.
for a long time, and better function, cheaper price, but you don't know about the things. Yeah, and if you don't know about some things, you'd rather not believe something because it's too good to be true. Yeah, consumer will make decision like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and consumer don't necessarily need to choose the best product. They just want to choose the less risk product. Yeah. For example, when you buy the car, you don't necessarily need to buy the best quality of car. You just need to buy the car that is stable. Yeah. Don't need to worry. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, it can apply on many aspects. For example, you choose a car workshop, you also yeah, you also will consider about that. Mm. Yeah, even the price is cheap, and you you even though the price is the cheapest one, and they claim that they have a better service, they have a good service, and they give you see a lot of evidence, but maybe you also won't choose it. Mm. And you think, yeah, if they really do it so good, why they need to show me all that evidence and prove me they are the best if they're really good?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sometimes the price just reflect the quality, right? Even though it is not the true.
Yeah. So what the consumer do? Yeah. They go for they go for other car workshop which is bigger, which is the decoration is higher class, and the price is more expensive. The customer service, the customer service is more friendly. Yeah, they choose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the example that mentioned in the book is about the the airplane, the airline, the airplane company.
Yeah.
Uh, the airline company, and you can actually lower your price. Yeah, you can lower price, and then the airplane is still the same airplane. Yeah, and you can like apply a strategy which is called the penetrations, and you want to attract as much customer as you can. So you lower price and fight with your competitor.
Yeah.
You can do that, and then but the consumer may not buy your air ticket. may not buy the air ticket from your company. Why? Because they couldn't know. They couldn't know how you cut the price. Yeah, they couldn't know how you can still profit, how you can still profit by cutting the price. They're not sure whether it's because you didn't fill the engine oil to the airplane. Yeah, the engine has some problems, and there's some risky, there's some safety consideration inside, and this is something they don't know. So if something that they don't know, they'd rather not to believe the thing which is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, if you buy a second-hand smartphone, will you choose the cheaper ones? You won't. You won't choose the cheapest one. Yeah, it apply and everything. Or you buy the second-hand cars. Will you choose the cheapest one? You won't. You won't choose the cheapest one. Yeah, even though after the inspections, there's no problem, but you still won't choose.
Yeah, don't believe so it is
Yeah.
okay, right?
Yeah. So what if the second-hand car seller or the airplane company, they apply this strategy, be radically honest on small weakness. For example, the airplane company, they can say, we have cheaper price, and but our space is smaller. Yeah, but our seat is smaller. Our seat is less uncomfortable. It's less comfortable. Our seat is less comfortable than, for example, ABC airplane company, which is the well-known, the higher, the very high-class airplane company. Yeah. For example, you can do that. You can mention like that in your advertising. Yeah. So people know. Yeah, people know where you cut your price. Yeah, where you cut your price is about the seat. Yeah. So people think, yeah, less comfortable is near my, because the trip is just maybe 1 hour or even 8 hours. I also can accept. Yeah. Yeah, because the price really reduce a lot. Yeah. So if you try to be radically honest on small weakness, and if you don't have the weakness, if you don't have the small weakness, you can artificially create it. Yeah. So it's one of the strategy. For example, like the second-hand car seller, you also can say that, yeah, the car, let's say, for example, the car is from other countries, or maybe the car is uh, 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 the previous owner of this second-hand car had bankrupt. Yeah, had bankrupt. So the owner had to sell it very cheap price. Yeah, you can say something like that. Or you can say the aircon is not good. Yeah, and we have replaced the aircon, or maybe the engine. We have replaced the engine before, or you will say like something. For example, the windscreen, or others. For example, like the appearance. The appearance we have, we can change. We have changed uh the color of the car. Yeah. So it's not the original car. So we can try to find the small weakness about the things. Yeah. And if you have a big weakness and you try to hide it, yeah, this is about the ethic. Yeah, nothing wrong and nothing right here. And of course, you won't tell your customer your biggest weakness. You won't tell them like that. Yeah. So, if you are not ethic, if you not concerning about that, and then yeah, even for many even for some company, they think they are honest, and they think they are they are they are really creating the value to the customer. They also won't tell the customer that, yeah, don't choose us. You choose other competitors because they have cheaper price than us. Their qualities, their service, their product quality also better than us. You won't tell your customer like that. Yeah, even though you know one of your competitor is better than you at every aspect, you won't tell them like that, right?
Yeah.
And only company know that. And for example, let's say you are a retailer, you won't tell your customer, yeah, you can just order this product from online, just as we do. Yeah, just online, and then they'll ship to your address. For example, you won't tell your customer, actually we buy this product from online from Lazada and we put on the store and sell you at a high price. You won't tell the customer like that.
Yeah.
So be radically honest on small weakness. Is one of the key points, the small weakness. So we won't tell them the big ones. And yeah, hey, this is one thing. Yeah, and yeah, this is all about the trustworthiness that I want to add in. And one of the another thing which is related to this, related to the idea, which is the opposite of good idea, can also be good idea, can also be a good idea. And actually it reveals some reality, which is everything have two sides. Yeah, everything have two sides. So there's nothing very good and don't have any weakness. Yeah, everything have a positive side and also have negative sides. For example, autonomous car, self-driving car. We will think, yeah, it is good side. Yeah, we will think about the good side. We'll think it's positive to the environment.
Yeah.
For example, the EV, and also self-autonomous car can reduce the death rate, and reduce the accidents. So we don't need to spend unnecessary resource to repair the car. Yeah. And about the medication, we don't need to treat so many patients, and then we can reduce the accident rate. Yeah, and all of that. So you can think a lot of positive impact. But is there any negative impact to the society? It means to the society. For example, what if the pedestrians? Okay, let's say now everyone have applied the autonomous car. What if the pedestrians ignore the traffic law, just directly crossing the street without considering being crushed, because they know the autonomous car will stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it also can create some problem. Yeah, so it also could be one of the challenges, one of the obstacle for the growth of the autonomous car. Yeah, but it's actually very easy to solve. This is a thing very easy to solve because you have the camera, right? The autonomous car have the camera.
Yeah.
So if there is some if there is any person want to violate the traffic law, and they'll be filmed into the camera. And for example, Tesla or some other autonomous car company, they can create a function which you just need to press a button. You can report this to the police.
Oh.
Yeah. So the pedestrians will get a penalty. Yeah. But it requires the technology, the development of the facial recognition technology. Also required the cooperation of the government of the country. Yeah. It also required the traffic departments to create this kind of law. Yeah, if the pedestrians ignore the traffic law, and by doing that, give it a limit, give it give it the draw a line what pedestrian cannot do. Yeah, you cannot directly cross the street. Yeah, and force the autonomous car to stop down. Mm. Yeah. So many agents need to many organizations need to work for that. Yeah, in order to solve the problem. Yeah. So yeah, so autonomous car yeah, it's good. Yeah. And yeah, it's the industry is growing and we are on the track, and we definitely going to move to an era which every car or most of the car is self-driving car. Yeah, but there are many challenges, there are many obstacles. And some other obstacle is that we think this is not come from the technology point of view. It's not a technological problem. Yeah, it's a psychology, it's a social problem. Yeah, maybe it's an ed problem. For example, uh, whether the autonomous car company can do that because it installs so many camera, it actually violate the privacy law, and we don't have privacy anymore. Yeah. So everything have two sides. It's positive, one is negative. We cannot think in we cannot have just a one way. Yeah, so that's all for my sharing.
Yeah. And then yeah, talk about the placebo effect that you mentioned, which is the second route to affect our worthiness. Yeah, I think for here really it again mentions about the importance of emotions for human, right? The emotion part. Sometimes we actually make decision based on emotions and we ourselves didn't know. And also I think it's also very hard to say, just like I say, everything has two sides. And actually for one of my supplements in my drawer, which is a supplement for our eyes, and then uh, on the bottle it actually says it is convenient. It is a one a day dose, so it means that you just have to take one pill. It's very easy to swallow. It is small. Yeah, it is the opposite that you mentioned just now, right? But it is also very hard to determine whether it is effective. But however, these supplements actually stay in my drawer for I think it's more than a year already, and I haven't finished it. Yeah,
So what?
and
Yeah, you continue first.
oh yeah, and there is another supplement which is not consumed by me but by my mother. That is the vitamin D, and we can call them calcium. And that for that one, it is not a pill, it is powder, and it also gives you something like a cap, and then you need to uh, use your spoon, and that spoon is also provided by the products, and then you put some you pour out some powder, and then maybe one spoon or two spoon, and then you uh, uh, put it into the cap, and then you need to add water until the line, yeah, something like that. You need to uh, you need to do it by yourself instead of just take one pill. And for that, for my mom, it seems like it is very effective, and my mom still consume it every day until now.
Yeah, and actually, this kind of supplement can make it like the small pill, can make like the capsule, right? The vitamin B or the calcium. Yeah, because I also know some supplements about the calcium, about the vitamin B is is a capsule, it's a pill form.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a solid form. Yeah. So it's really hard to judge.
Yeah.
You need to test. And about your eyes supplements, let's say if on the packaging it changed to it's a less let's say it's maximums you can only take two two pills. Yeah,
Okay.
maximum you can only take two pills. For example, you can say like that, one pill for normal use case. Sorry, I mean one pill for normal daily use,
Mm.
and two pill for 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 when you feel very uncomfortable, and he need to choose a term, he needs to choose a vocab. Yeah.
Mm.
For example, dizzy, or for example like a two pill take two pill when you think your eye is going to blind, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. When you really feel uncomfortable and you think like you are going to blind, and you take two pill.
Yeah.
Maximum you can only take two pill. If they say like that, I think maybe it can create a placebo effect, and you think, yeah, the bottle daily maximum I can only take two pill per day, so it's really effective. I cannot take, yeah, so I can only take two pill when I think I'm going to blind.
Mm.
Yeah, and one is for daily use. Yeah, so one is enough.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It increased the chance to take the pill, right?
yeah. So, and yeah, and if they change the pill color, I'm not sure whether the pill color is white color or what. Maybe it can change to uh like the maybe red color or blue color.
Yeah.
Maybe it can help. And also, one of the example is about, let's say, like the washing liquid, the detergents. Let's say in a liquid form, and
Yeah.
if the liquid is smooth, if the liquid is uh it's like the water, so it's very
Oh,
smooth.
it's thin. Yeah.
Yeah, thin. If the liquid is thin and you think it is less effective, and you will try to put more, and if the liquid is gel form and you will think it's effective,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
actually nothing help.
Mm.
And also try to imagine your toothpaste become a water form. Yeah, you won't use it, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I
Yeah.
think
And
yeah.
yeah.
What?
And the color also kind of deal with our emotion. I think there is one supplement which is called the garlic. Yeah, I take garlic sometimes because of my runny nose. And one time my mom buy a new brand of garlic, and then when I opened the can, and then I found that it is white color. Yeah, just white as the chalk, as the powder, something like that. And I think for garlic, it shouldn't be as white as this. So it actually create a negative emotion of me. And then until today, I only take two pills of that garlic. So I think maybe for the color, it affect me in a
Yeah.
negative way.
And one of the thing I'm not sure, but I believe the white color garlic peel don't have any smell, right?
It has, but not so strong because
Yeah.
I actually also wanted to know the smell.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. It and another case is, yeah, about about like the garlic peel. And yeah, we know garlics will have a smell, but
Mm.
what if the peel don't have the garlic smell?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it also could be one of the things that create the nocebo effect. And actually we don't like the smell. Yeah, we don't like the smell from the pills.
Yeah.
But it actually helped to create the placebo effect. It actually help the company to sell more this product. And some company try to reduce the smell, try to remove the smell, and try to make the pill white, try to whitening the pill, and then not look like the brown color, not look like the uh, there's a lot of dog, and there's like something like the a brown color, or
Yeah.
like the brown yellow. Yeah, I forget the color terms. And they try to whitening and make the pills more beautiful, and try to try to make the make the uh, make the skin of the pill is smooth.
Yeah,
Is smooth.
smooth and pure, something like
Yeah, yeah,
a
something like
pure
this.
white or what?
Yeah. And then when you touch it, it is smooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you won't feel like there is a lot of small hole on the on the surface of the on the surface of the pill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the company tried to do this, and actually it create nocebo effect. They
Yeah.
spend a lot of money, they invest in that, but consumer don't buy it. They prefer those pills that without any innovation. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just show it in the original form.
Mm. Yes, yes, really.
Mm.
Yeah. And then uh so I think for marketer, they have to deal with this, and they need to find out which one can can be more suitable and can suit their target market,
Yeah.
and they need to choose it. And then it's not necessary that one side is better, one side is worst. And for the toothpaste, just now you mentioned, actually for me, I don't know, maybe it's my own preference. I actually like the Darlie, which there is a black guy logo.
Ah.
Do you know the brand?
Mm.
Darlie. And then I actually like the original one. The original, which is the toothpaste is all white color without any stripes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gives me I think it's also some emotion impact, which I think this is the taste that I use since young. So
Mm.
it is something like the original one. It can last so long, so it means that it must be effective. Just like the Coca-Cola, they didn't change the taste much
Yeah.
in the past. Yeah, so it's very hard to say um, uh, whether innovative is better. But for the brand, Darlie itself, they also provide some other new flavor, new toothpaste, right? So I think all of them do that to at the same time they provide both. Yeah, one is original, one is innovative.
Yeah. Uh, but this is for big brand. If you have a small brand and you try to your toothpaste brand is unknown,
Mm,
and if this is just white color, and people don't know why they want to buy your toothpaste, they'll prefer like the Dalek, just like you mentioned, because
mm,
we know if you because most I'm not sure, but the Colgate and like the Daleks and all the famous toothpaste company, the original one is the white color, right?
mm.
Yeah. So if they want to uh like kind of like uh buy the original one, why not they buy the Daleks, they buy the Colgate?
Mm.
So for the small company, if you want to differentiate yourself, you can't do what the big company did. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's also something that marketer need to consider. Yeah, but of course it doesn't mean that if you create a tree strip, and then you mention that, yeah, for example, okay, now actually I have one toothpaste on my hand, and it is 3 color, and it's very smart. And one of the color is white, and then on the packaging it mentions one of one a white color. Yeah, it has like action 1, 2, 3. So action 1, the color is white color, and so inside toothpaste actually there's 3 color. One is white, second is blue, and the third is green.
Yeah.
And on the packaging, the first one, because this is a Malay, language, and the white color it mentioned Pensega Gige Lubang. So I think it is something like prevent the what is it called, the 蛀牙, prevent the teeth
yeah, also
crease,
forgot the
crease
words. Start from C.
yeah, see, yeah, something like prevent the crease of the teeth. Yeah. So, and the second color, which is the blue color, it mentioned Gigi, Tampak, Ute. So it's whitening your teeth. Yeah. And the third, which is the green color, which is Nefes Seeger. So it's something like make the freshness. Yeah. So it smell good. Make your mouth smell good. Yeah. So yeah, it's really, really smart. I would say, yeah, this kind of marketing is really, really smart. And
Yeah.
I only know this after I read The Alchemist. And if you ask me, which if there's two if there's two of the toothpaste which is the same price, and then one did mention there's 3 color, and also maybe you can see it, and also on the packaging you can see, yeah, there's 3 functions, and another is just like original one, and it's just white color and no any other thing. And which one will you choose? Yeah, and yeah, so for me, I will choose the one that have more function. But it doesn't mean that all other people will also choose the toothpaste with have many functions. Yeah. So, and marketer is not work for the small. A marketer also need to think. They also need to think which of the target group they want to focus on. Yeah.
Right.
So maybe you want to focus on a niche market, or maybe you want to focus on the mass market. So this is also something that marketer need to think. Yeah. So there's no one golden rules. There's some golden rules. Yeah, but the golden rules may not work all the times. Yeah. Yeah. So you need to try.
Yep.
Okay. So anything want to add in?
Yeah, no.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocal mistake we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like, subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.